Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. I go on my people. Big up on yourself, you know. Yeah, man. So, I got to talk about a few topics. Chris Taylor. I got to talk about Sandrey Davison. As well as we'll be talking about Adrian Kerr. See? Alright, people, don't know, no, do the right thing. Now, quick and fast. We all know what happened with Sandrey Davison a few months ago when he decided to leave Elite Performance Track Club. And as he leave Elite, boom, over Dynamics, he ran a personal best. See? And the fact is that I have learned information reaching the desk as usual, people. Yeah, man, I've learned that Sandrey is back over at Elite Performance. He's back in the building for whatever reason. He's back. And what does that mean for him? I don't know what does that mean for him. You know, the fans have been talking about what is happening over at Elite in terms of the recovery, in terms of the injury concerns that, you know, has been plaguing that club for the past year or so. Yeah, where athletes have not been able to, you know, stay fit for an entire season. So, you know, folks have a lot to say about that. So, I don't know what would have propelled Sandrey to make that return after doing so well at Dynamics. You know, we made a few important runs for Jamaica as well. But it's the nature of the sport, you know, people move on. But it's quite surprising that he went back to Elite. Yeah? Whatever would have, you know, pushed him, like I said earlier, to return to Elite. I did not ascertain that information. That information didn't fall on my desk. But for the most part, what I'm hearing is that Sandrey not do what he need to do. That's all me gonna say. Sandrey not doing what he needs to do as a professional athlete. That's the information. I don't know how true it is, but as me get it, me I share to the people. You see me I say, because we have to keep the fans abreast of what is happening. See? So that is the situation with Sandrey right now. He's back at Elite, preparing for what is to come for the remainder of this season. Very important season, you know, where tracks is concerned, world championship on the line. We're not certain about contractual agreement if that is on the line, but it is what it is. The next athlete we are going to talk about is Adrian Kerr. Adrian Kerr was at Motorcade. You don't know it going on. And he has been, you know, well, he actually went overseas, he came back, and he's trying off a professional career. Decided to stay with Motorcade. That never worked out, because from what I'm hearing is that Michael Freighter, the Dynamic Speed Track Club, is the club that he's at the moment. Seeing? So he's no longer with the Motorcade Track Club. We also understand that Jevan Newby is no longer with Motorcade. Incidentally, or whatever, we learned that Jevan is at MVP, trying to make the best or the most of his track and field career. Yeah? So that is that where that is concerned, this information that I want to share with you. So I'm not sure who is at Motorcade. I think there's a youth by the name of Kishan, you know, and there's a young lady there. You know, they had acquired, tried to resuscitate Kimon Shaw's career at Motorcade. I don't know where that went, but he has lost two of the athletes he pretty much would have started out with. Yeah, and let's see how Adrian Kerr will improve on the Dynamic Speed. Michael Freighter go on them thing, you know. You have to big up Michael Freighter and the team over there. They are doing their stuff, and you can't take nothing away from Michael Freighter. Of course, Hakeem Blake is looking well. Like I said earlier in another stream, Hakeem is back in training. It is not that serious as they would have thought, and he's good to go. He's back in training, and he's hoping to, touch back the track in a competitive setting as quickly as possible. One other thing that we want to mention is Christopher Taylor, people. Christopher Taylor ban is now expired a few days ago, yeah, and he is eligible to compete, yeah, but as it stands right now, he's doing all the necessary preparations to ensure that his comeback is good for June 7th. So he's giving himself a few months or a month or so to prepare to see where he's at in his off season. I'm glad said though, Christopher Taylor is actually coming back, because of course when the news hit, he got a little bit discouraged because he felt that the people who were supposed to be in his corner, they weren't in his corner. All the case end up people, all the case they try. I think for me though, there's some amount of lack of knowledge in the whole case to me. This is my observation. But Chris wanted to give up. Chris probably didn't think about returning to track and field. But just when you're in love with something, and in particular this track and field, hard for him just to walk away. You see me I say? That's why you see the athletes them where run still, like a Johan Blake, a Shelley, and others, the people that say yo them to retire. It's kind of difficult when you're so much interested, you have so much love for what you do, and the passion is there for you to just give up. So we were so happy that Christopher Taylor never threw in the towel, even though it crossed his mind. But I'm so happy that he has some very good support around him. You see me? That could have encouraged him that, hey yo, don't do that man, you're fast, but you say man, just do what you need to do and forward back. You get to me I say he's gonna be mid-20s this end of the year, November, or no, October Chris born. So it's gonna be like 26. So he have a few more years in the game. If him play him cards right, can actually go to the next Olympics. You understand? He went to one before. So it's good to have him back. And if you know, I am excited to have Chris back on the track. You get what me I say? I mean I say it again. If you know, you know. You see it? So it's just very, very heartwarming, to see him make the decision not to quit. And I am going to be so elated to see him touch the track again in that 200 meters. See? It would be interesting to see where his new setup is, and what the plans that they have for him in moving into this new era of his track career. You get what I say? Which would have been the second half of his career. So I'm interested to see what will come out of this new lease on life. Another chance, I would say, where his career is concerned. What you think? What you think about this? If you think that's right, in the chat. Saying, big up on yourself, if you don't know it going on. Try to keep you guys abreast of what is happening in the track and field space. Until next time, big up on yourself.